Hey Aries, it's Empress Rose here and welcome to your reading. These are general readings, of course, so take what works, leave what doesn't. Check your sun, moon, rising, in Venus. If this isn't the storyline for you, or if I don't catch your energy wave on this reading. Also, I do personal readings, so email me at the email listed below in the description, and I'll let you know how that works. And all these are pre-shuffled and saged and prayed over. So. All right, we're going to get started with an intuitive vibe with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck. All right, thank you for the accurate message we are about to receive for Taurus. Most useful message on Taurus. I don't know why I said that. Aries, we're talking Aries here. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So we've got two sort of imaginary up in our heads themes here. So this one, Sleeping Beauty's Dream. I think you're really dreaming of safety. Honestly, there's this sort of fortified castle here that you have on your mind that you're imagining. You're imagining feeling safe. You have, oh wow. So in both of these, you have a little friend with you. You have a companion with you. This is a bird, this is a message, something you're dreaming about talking about, and it has to do with your personal safety. And it's kind of tangled. You're a little bit confused. You're not 100% clear, and that's why you're holding this bird back, because you're not 100% sure what the bird needs to say or what you even want to say. You just kind of want to communicate a little bit. But you're holding back because you yourself aren't quite clear on what this looks like and what this feels like and seems like. But it does have to do with safety. And a feeling of safety, primarily. It has to do with wanting to feel safe. And here you have Sea Witch. So you're very committed to this dream, this Sleeping Beauty's dream. Like, you're very committed to it. You're also committed to your future here. You're just playing around. You don't necessarily have the tools you need. Here's another companion that you have. You're very committed to this process that you're dreaming of. It has to do with like how you're going to sustain yourself and how you're going to live. And again, you're not wanting to communicate about it. I think you have a lot here about like self-worth, I want to say, that you're not really talking about, sort of a base safety chakra for sure, and it's about your future and how you're going to sustain yourself and be safe in the future. You're dreaming about going places and doing things, but right now you're just playing with these ideas. This is a broken propeller. You're not going anywhere in this, but these are really similar vibes. The backgrounds, I mean, she's underwater, she's in the air, but you're definitely dreaming and thinking about a feeling of safety. You're committed to your future and to making this happen, but right now you're just in sort of these dreaming phases and your imagining phases. You have companion with you. You're not communicating about it though, and you do have a strong commitment to this vision that you have. And here you have Moon Dance. So you are halfway through a very tricky process here. These three little birds are here to tell you everything is going to be all right. You're really having to use your intuition. Up here, you're relying on it as you do this sort of tricky high wire act above the city. And you can't see very clearly where you're going. It's dusk, which makes it very difficult to see this wire across the skyline here. So there's some changes going on in your life. And actually, I think this might be the darkness before the dawn. I think this is the dawny dusk time where it's still a little dark, but this dawn is coming in here, which is the vibe of you being halfway across as well. So you're doing sort of a tricky transition here that's a little bit difficult, a little bit perilous. You clearly understand and see the dangers in front of you. And all around you. You understand what you're trying to do here, and you're trying to make this this transition. And you're halfway through, and you've definitely had to rely on your intuition. But see, you are going to solid ground. You're not on solid ground right now. You're trickily traveling. But you are going to the other end of this. What's at the other end of this? A solid building, okay? And I think that's what you're dreaming here of, is this solid building and this place where you're going to have to stop doing this high wire act, where you get to rest finally and stop with this like delicate high wire act of precision and carefulness. You're really looking forward to a safe place to finally rest. These birds are promising that you are going to get there. This is the gardener, and she's talking about like working on yourself and growing. And she also talks about when we're the gardener in the garden, we are the fruits and vegetables that we're growing. So we tend to ourselves and we grow, and this benefits our community. We're able to bring the fruits of our labor into, you know, the farmer's market and sell it, or yeah, actually that would match with this, like, how are you going to sustain yourself questions that you're dealing with and kind of playing with. So yeah, so working on ourselves, working on ourselves is working on our community, you know. This is a community garden vibe, and but you're growing yourself, but it will be in service to the larger world. So this can be about like growing yourself through self-care, through therapy, through self-help books, through exercise, even like, as this is my card where like, as you are a part of the universe. You're part of it. You're an integral part of it. You're meant to be here, which is this base chakra stuff that we're dealing with here. So you are meant to be here for as long as you are here. The universe wants you here and has asked you to be here and has gone through great lengths to bring you here. And so when you work on yourself, when you bring peace into yourself and peace into your heart and grow and become healthier, you make the whole universe healthier, and you're part of that. So this is working on yourself, is working on your community. Growing yourself is growing community. So you might be going back to school with this. You might be going, or to school. You might be taking some classes, improving yourself, taking some, you know, exercise classes, yoga classes, meditation classes. Anytime we're gardening ourselves, we're actually gardening the universe and bringing the universe into fruition and to grow. So this is a self-care card. Really take care of yourself. It's actually incredibly important to the rest of us that you take care of yourself. And the roles that you play, you bring all of that good, healthy vegetable that you are, you bring that to the world and the farmer's market, and we all benefit from that. So, all right, we're going to move to Moonology here and get a little bit more information on where we're going. All right, Moonology, what do we got here for Aries? What's our... Thank you for the accurate message we have for Aries. Did we get a flipper, a spinner? No. Well, it's hard to tell because they're the same color on both sides almost. So. All right, what's our accurate message for Aries? All right. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So in pursuit of this dream of safety and this dream of working on yourself and this dream of where you're going to go, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. Do some things that you're not comfortable with. You do need to be following your own North Star, which can be scary, but which we get in touch with, you know, through meditation and our intuition and grounding. So it looks like you definitely are stepping out of your comfort zone, but that's what growth requires and moving forward requires. You know, we can't, I think it was Einstein that said, you know, you can't solve a problem from the same mentality that created it. So you have to do something that's definitely new to you and stretching and might feel uncomfortable. It will feel uncomfortable because it's called our comfort zone. So anything outside of our comfort zone feels uncomfortable. Until you get used to that, you can actually become comfortable with being outside of your comfort zone, which is ironic, really. But let's true. Okay, these have already been shuffled. We're moving to the Santa Muerte deck for the body of the reading, which is funny. That's a joke because these are all skeletons. All right. What do we have for Aries? This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Well, okay. Yep. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Oh boy, howdy. Okay. Here is the Hermit card in your recent past, which has been in everybody's recent past. Well, not everybody. Some people are more essential. The essential workers have had to be out and about. But in a sense, you've been in this hermit zone. You've been dealing with some inner demons. You've been you've been shining a light within, trying to suss out some of your own issues and some of the difficulties in your life. You've been trying to you've been looking for guidance, for understanding. And you've sort of been isolated a little bit, at least in mind, if not in body. The isolation is incredibly important as far as like taking a break from all of our labels and how other people view us and see us and label us and who we have to be for them and the roles we play and that kind of thing. It gets us in touch with our North Star and without all of that, the societal expectations and the labels we've placed on ourselves and stuff like that. So this hermit energy is absolutely crucial for getting in touch with who you are as a person and where you want to go. This dream right here. So I think you've been sort of dreaming in your mind. Well, yeah, it's hard to not dream in your mind. Sometimes I think tarot is like I'm dreaming for you and also interpreting the dream. But anyway, that's just my weird feeling about it. So, I mean, we see a lot of this like sort of isolation here. You do have a friend here, but you are like sort of going within and creating your own dream of what your own secure future is going to be. And I think this is this Hermit card looking for guidance from within, having to deal with fears and issues. In your present situation, you have this Five of Wands. So this is like, we have this mansion of self, which has many rooms, and we've probably haven't explored all. I know for a fact you haven't explored all of them, because I know I haven't explored all of the rooms in my mansion of psyche. So this is like you found a new room in your psyche mansion, and you've lit a match, and you're looking around to see, what is this new part of me? What is this new place that where I'm dreaming and thinking about this future and how I'm going to do this? What is this? What does this look like? You like what you see. You've lit a spark of inspiration, and this new room inside of you has opened up, and you're just kind of catching the first glimpses of a new hobby, a new direction that you can go in with your career or something like that. There's something new that's happened to you or that you've discovered. So there's a sense of discovery with this, and I think it's a discovery of something within yourself because you've been in here. So eventually, you know, if you're shining that light sort of into you're wandering around sort of your own psyche mansion, and here we have, you've discovered something in this isolation. You've discovered something about yourself, a new thing. And then in your inner landscape, you have this, within you, you are the Emperor energy. Now, Emperor energy is a little tricky. The Emperor is someone who has everything he needs. He has the ideas, he has the emotional maturity, he has physical needs are being met. And he's very inspired and has the you know, will to live and that kind of thing. So he has everything he needs. He's battle worn, has lost a leg in battle, definitely. But he can also be a little controlling. So in your inner landscape, you might be dealing with an inner demon of control, a shadow self that might be a little bit controlling, a little bit warlike. Because this is a general in this deck, and he has been through a battle, and he is a veteran of battle. So your inner landscape is sort of you're feeling pretty confident, actually, even though you're dreaming of a new future. You have some confidence going on, and there might be a little overconfidence going on in your inner landscape. So that might be something to consider at least. But you have everything you need. You got what you need here, and you're feeling pretty good, pretty confident, kind of in control, in charge. All that at issue is this Two of Cups, which we take in the reversal, which might be a breakup or a not meeting of the minds, a broken-hearted, not being able to connect with somebody. And this is creating an issue for you. I think it's causing you to feel a little bit alone here. Even though there is somebody here, it seems like you're not connecting with them. You're not really touching each other's hearts. You're not able to share each other's minds. This can be some kind of breakup, some kind of breaking of sort of a heart connection. This could be a person. It could also be a career issue where you're realizing that the career that you've been on or you've chosen isn't no longer feeding you and no longer something you want to do. So this can be a breaking off of union with anything that at one point had your heart and had your soul. And this would explain why you're sort of in this imagining a different future vibe. Anyway, in your environment, you have the World, which is funny because we all have that in our environment. But this is the world turning, the world moving. It's just changing by itself. It's its own thing. There's a season for everything, and everything is in its season. And so the seasons are changing. The seasons of your life are changing. The world around you is changing, as it always is, as it always will be. There's a timing issue that you're waiting on here. You're waiting for the right time, for things to sort of, it might be a pre-planned point in time. Like, you know that at a certain point of time, you have to take a certain action or do something. I mean, that's kind of a schedule that we all have. But I'm talking, there's something in particular that you're waiting for the right time for. You're waiting for sort of the world to come together. And you're waiting for to have the timing be clear. So there's something maybe this is to like further this along, you know, or repair this or whatever, but you're waiting for something in your environment to take place. I mean, you don't have the tools that you need here. So, and being a gardener, you know, you do plant seeds, and this is sort of being planted right here. You do plant seeds, and there's some waiting. I mean, there's a lot of work to do, but there's also some waiting. When you plant something, when you first have an idea, they don't pop up right away. The seeds don't pop up right away. They even have like a germination period, and from days to a couple weeks. I don't know. I think I've had some seeds that have needed to, especially for trees, they have a very long germination period. So in your to-do list though, and I think this supports this reading of this as breaking away from something, you are launching yourself away from a painful place and a war-torn land. I think last week was actually similar. You're still launching, you're still moving away. We're still on this shore here, and we're moving away to a place of peace, and but we're wounded. We have deep wounds here, and we're going to be moving forward to a new land with sunny skies. There's a little bit of unsettled energy here. So, but we're going to move forward. So this is your Six of Swords. You're protected. You have a companion here. This could be your intuition. This is, you know, this is saying you're partway there on this tricky process, this tricky transition here. And this is saying, yeah, this is a tricky transition, and you need to maybe take another step on the tricky transition, launch a little more, take another step along this. This is definitely, this is leaving what you've known behind. Was it comfortable? No, because you're very wounded and this is a war-like situation. So, but this is leaving what you've known, which we have this step out of your comfort zone. So leaving the routines that you've known, maybe a relationship or work situation that you've known, or a vision or a dream or a plan that you've known that you felt very comfortable with. And this is like taking those steps, taking more steps. So this is steps here, delicate, tricky steps. This is stepping out of your comfort zone, and this is, it's not a physical step, but that first launch. it could be another step on this journey to someplace better that you're dreaming about, to a safer place. I mean, you're definitely dreaming about a safer place here, and here you're definitely taking steps to go to a safer place, very concrete steps to go to a safer place. And then a possible outcome is this Nine of Wands, and this is clearing what doesn't work for you anymore. This is the gardener. The gardener. She's weeding. She's getting rid of what she doesn't need anymore. She could be harvesting too, you know, taking what she's grown and discarding the parts of what she's grown that she no longer needs. So this is sort of weeding out what you don't need anymore, getting rid of, you know, when we harvest like corn or something like that, and any kind of annual like that, oftentimes you take out the whole plant. You know, your tomato plant, you're going to take your tomatoes, but at some point you take out the whole plant. So she's taking out the whole plant here, because she's got what she needed. So after you take these steps, and after you cross this this line, you know, you can get rid of, well, I wouldn't recommend getting rid of your intuition, but you know, theoretically you could get rid of this balloon, you could get rid of this string. Like once you get where you're going, and this is the gardener and this is the gardener. These are both gardeners and they're both weeding right now and harvesting. Okay, so get rid of your possible outcome is that you're going to do more gardening on yourself. You're going to continue on this path of getting rid of what no longer works so that you can grow what you do want. And so this is definitely focusing on what you do want. You want this sunny, safe new land. You want a garden with space to grow, you know, your next crop or what's coming next. You have everything you need. So you are definitely dreaming about what you do want. You want a sense of safety. You want to go places, and you want, you know, those are both like dreaming about what you want. And a gardener too is really thinking about what she wants and the steps it takes to get there. You know, if you've ever been a gardener, you know, you kind of plan out your garden space. You think about what you can use, what didn't work last year, and what you just suck at growing or needs more attention than you want to give. I mean, you're planning. So this is like taking more steps. You're going to take some initial steps here, and then you're going to continue to garden and cultivate your life and get rid of what doesn't work and what you don't want anymore, and make sure you continue growing towards those things that are going to sustain you, sustain your community, and give you a sense of safety, and give you a sense of and help you, you know, survive. All right, Aries, so I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you so much for your likes, subscribe, and comments, because one, they make me feel really good, and two, that helps this channel grow and helps the message find more people that could be helped by it. So thank you very much for all of that. Hope you have a wonderful week.